Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my second video of my Linux tutorial. Today I'll be teaching guys file permissions. How to manipulate file permissions, how to manipulate the group of this file, how to manipulate the owner of this file. So I'll just get right into it. So right now I have a file right here, and when I do ls-l, it actually tells me a lot of information about this file. The first set of information right here is these 10 octets, and what these 10 octets are, the first one, it tells you if this file is a directory or a file. So if I go back to home and I do ls-l, you guys can see, because this one's a file, it doesn't have a D in the front, but these are all files. I'm sorry, these are all directories. That's why it has a D in front. Oops. Okay. And that's the first octet. It tells you if it's a directory or a file. Now, the next 9 octet, it tells you the permission of this file. Like who has what permission. So the first 3 octet, it represents the permission this guy has. And who is this guy? This guy is the owner of this file. It's not the root of the file. I'm sorry, not the root. It's whoever created this file, whoever owns this file. That's always the first one. And the first 3 octet specifies what permission the owner has. The next 3 octet, it specifies what permission the group has, and you can see what the group of this file is by looking right here. So right now the group of this file is bad user. And the last 3 octet, represent the permission everybody else have, right? And these right here, there's just like additional information. The 4 is like the size of this file. This is the date, like it was last modified. Okay, so how do you actually change the permission of the file? So right now, I want to change the permission of group to be able to read this file too. So what I would do is, and keep everything else the same. So what I would do is I'll probably want to run sudo for this. Put in my password. And now if I do ls-l, you guys can see now the group has read permission for it. So how does this all work? Or what does this number mean? It's actually really simple. So it's basically like reading binary. So what I have here is the read, write, and execute, right? And the way they set this up is like binaries. So if you guys don't know binary, the first binary of like a byte, it represents 1, right? It equals to 1. The second one, it equals to 2. The third one equals to 4. And it just keep on multiplying, like 2 to the power of whatever, right? So if there's like another one here, it'd be 8. But we don't need to know that right now for this. Yeah, so that's how the number, what those numbers mean. So if I want to set a read and execute permission for a file, I would use the number 5. If I want to use a write and execute permission for this file, I would use the number 3. If I want to use read, write, and execute for this file, I will use the number 7, right? And right here, I use 3 numbers. What these 3 numbers corresponds to is the 3 octets right here. So the first number represents the first octet, what you want the permission set for the first octet, which is the owner of the group. The second number is corresponds to these 3 octet, which is the permission for the group of this file, and the last octet corresponds to the last 3 octet over here, right? And it corresponds to like the permission of everybody else. So now, if I want everybody, the root, the group, and everybody else to have read-write permission for this file, I would do 777 hey.txt. And now if I do else dash out, everybody has read-write execute. If I don't want, like for example, if this is like it's like a pretty confidential file, I probably wouldn't want anybody to mess with it except for the user, except for like the owner of the file, right? So I would just change it to sudo chmod 700 hey.txt. But maybe you want them to read it, but you don't want them to do anything to it, right? So you would set read permission for everybody, right? So you can do sudo chmod 744 hey.txt. And now if I do else dash out, like everybody has read permission to it, and the owner of the file has read, write, and execute permission for it. And it really just goes back to this right here. The execute, because the execute is like right here, right? The first one, it will be 1. It will be 1, and the write, it will be 2, and read, it will be 4, and it just corresponds with like binaries. In binaries, if the first bit is turned on, it will be 1. If the second bit is turned on, it will be 2. If the third bit turned on, it will be 4. So that's how it works. But if you don't want to put like 3 numbers here, for example, if you just want to change the permission of the owner, and you don't want to mess with everything else, and you don't feel like typing these 4 numbers in, you can use this command like this. Before I start, this is the syntax for it: O, W, and G. Oh, I'm sorry. O. Sorry about that. So it would actually be O, G, and W. And what this means is the owner. I should probably type this, huh? The group and row, which is everybody else. So you would do you don't want the owner to execute this file, right? You don't want anybody to execute this file. So you just want to remove the execute permission on this file for the owner. You can do chmod O, which specifies you want to change the permissions for the owner, and then you would do -x, which means you don't want it to have execute permission, and then the file name, right? And now if I do else dash out, what did I do wrong here? So sudo chmod O minus x. Let me troubleshoot just real quick. Okay, so I literally just tried this before. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually messed up. The owner, it's actually represented by you, and it's kind of weird, right? I got messed up on that. Sorry, guys. And so that would be user. Okay. So if I do chmod u minus x hey.txt, the execute permission is actually gone. It's not actually O, it's actually U, which means user. And yeah, that was a little confusing. Sorry about that. And then, so if you want to do the group and you want to add like execute permission to it, you can do G plus X and then the file name, right? Now if I do ls that's out, the group has execute permission. Okay. But you can not only can you change the file permissions, you can actually change the owner of this file and the group of this file with the chown command, right? And the chown command, it's actually pretty straightforward. If you want to change the owner of this file, right, I can do sudo chmod and then chown, which is it stands for change owner, right? And what if I would change the owner of this Kali to bad user? I can just type in bad user hey.txt. Now if I do ls-l, the owner of this file is now hey.txt. But I can also change the group of this file. So to change the group of this file, I can do sudo chown colon and then the group of this file I want to change it to Kali and then hey.txt. Now the owner of the file is bad user and the group of this file is Kali. But I can actually chain these together. I can change both the both the owner of the file and the group of the file in one command. So I can do sudo chown bad user. Kali. I want to change it back, right? So I want to change bad user, the owner of this file, back to Kali, and the group of this user, the group of this file back to bad user. So I will do Kali bad user hey.txt. Now if I do ls-l, it's changed back. And that's it for the video today. Thank you guys for watching.